Hey guys, it's Chelsa Messenger with Picks and Parlays. College football is rolling on, and we've got some ACC action to dive into. For a limited time only, we've got 15% off the entire site at picksandparlays.net. Just use the promo code NFL15. Miami and Louisville. Louisville favored -2.5. The total is 64.5. Miami's coming off a 31-14 win over UAB. UL winning 35-21 over Western Kentucky in their opener. Sean Higgs is joining us to talk this ACC matchup. Sean Higgs, what jumps off the page?
I'm looking at revenge for Louisville's jumping off the page for me here. And I'm a Kane fan. I like the U. I think King excited as a Miami guy. Like, wow, we got a guy who threw and ran for 50 touchdowns. He's going to come in here and get this offense back on track. But was okay against UAB. Nothing flashy. He was efficient. What was he? 15 and 23, 140 yards, one rushing, one passing TD. I'm liking Louisville. It was Pickett's kind of juicing up here on the cards, and why not? Last year, what was it, 52-27? They got smoked. And Miami, as good as they were, and I had UAB last week. I figured I was a little worried about this defense. It's a rebuilt Miami defense just for starters back. And on the other side, we got 8 guys back on offense and defense for Louisville. So early, limited practices, no practices. They each have a game under their belt. And in fact, I think Louisville played better than their score indicated against the Western Kentucky team. Like UAB, they're two better teams out of their conference. But give me Louisville, 2.5 at home. We're going to have some fans, too, on top of that. I don't know. Let's go. It's tough laying less than 3 because I don't like that. I kind of – those things usually – I know people love their 2.5s and 3 and 3.5 numbers. But other than that, I think Louisville's going to not dominate, but I think they should win this one rather convincingly. It's going to be edge for offense over rebuilt defense. So let's go. Louisville, get it done against the U.
Well, the first thing that I noticed when I saw some of the stats from both of these games is, my goodness, what offenses these two teams have, and especially for Miami, who's been over the years, they've always had the athletes on the defense, as I say, but this year they actually have a dynamic quarterback in De'Ara King, which, as you mentioned, he didn't throw the ball a whole lot, and I think they're still going to open the playbook a little bit more this week against Louisville. I actually think that they kept some things a little close to the vest, so Louisville would not see it on film. I think they're just getting started. And I actually like an over in this one. Yeah, the number looks big, 64.5, but I think that's for a reason. Mikael Cunningham, the quarterback for Louisville, had 343 yards passing, including a couple big yardage plays. And then Miami had 337 yards of rushing against the UAB defense. It actually isn't half bad for a smaller school. So I just like an over in this one because I think both of these offenses can get it done. And I'm still not sure about both of these defenses.
Hey, they put up nearly 80 last year. The offense is probably a little better, and the one defense probably not as good. So 64 doesn't look like a bad number. He'd probably be in the 70s the way these guys played last year. So I'll agree with you on that.
Right, and I'm worried that this number is going to creep up. As you mentioned before the show, it started off at 60, and I think a lot of people were on the same page as me, and so it crept up to 64.5. So maybe bet that number sooner rather than later if you do like the over. All right, that's going to do it for Miami and Louisville talk here on Picks and Parlays. Good stuff from Sean Higgs. As always, Sean, thanks for joining us.